This is WARZONEJONES. It's my Monday Night War review. I thought both shows were okay. You didn't get nothing like bad, and at the same time you get nothing great. So both shows were okay. TNA was okay. Raw was okay. But let's start off with TNA. Now TNA basically they started off with a segment, pretty much like they do every week, and they basically was hyping up the Lockdown pay-per-view as they should, because you got Lockdown coming up, and this is one of their biggest pay-per-views, like ever. So they basically hyping up particularly the Lockdown match, the Lethal Lockdown match. Team Hogan, or is it Team Abyss? But I don't know which one they call it. I'm just gonna say Team Abyss. Team Abyss versus Team Flair. Then again, maybe it's Team Sting. I don't know. So I'm just gonna say Flair. Team Flair versus Team Sting. They was hyping up this match. Now, Team Sting, that match is pretty much. Their team is pretty much set. Like they already know that their team is set. They didn't really announce the next two guys in Team Hogan, but you can pretty much tell who it's going to be. So it's going to be RVD. It's going to be and RVD and Jeff Hardy. And then Team Sting, they got Sting, they got Ric Flair, they got Desmond Wolfe, and then they have Beer Money. So these guys, they start off with the opening segment. Words were said. After a while, these guys get in the ring, and they attack Jeff Jarrett. They take him out. They attack Abyss. They take him out. And then none other left standing is Hogan. And then these guys are getting ready to take out Hulk Hogan, and then none other than Jeff Hardy, RVD, the two unannounced guys that's going to be part of Team Hogan. They come in and they save Hogan. And then after that, you get an opening match between James Storm and Rob Van Dam. Pretty decent match. Rob Van Dam wins. He goes over. But after that, RVD, while he's celebrating, comes behind James Storm. Whop, hits him in the head with a beer bottle. And then after that, you got James Storm. He's praying around. He's being cocky because he just took out RVD. Then Jeff Hardy comes out, which I believe Jeff Hardy, man, he should have had a match on tonight's card. At least I thought he was going to have a match, but he didn't have one, but he should have. But I guess I'm okay with it. But I still think he should have had a match. But he comes out and he attacks James Storm, and that's pretty much how that whole thing ends. Then on to the next match. Now these guys had a knockouts match, and the knockouts match, it seemed like TNA was about the knockouts, pretty much all through TNA, and they ended it with the knockouts, which I don't believe they should have. But the knockouts, they had a tag team elimination tag match, and the winner, they'll get a key to each briefcase. So they had the winner would get a key to a briefcase, and in the briefcases was a title, the knockouts title, a contract where you can face anybody, and you had the spider poison. That spider was in there, and then there was another one. I can't remember what it was. Now it was a striptease. Well, it gets that briefcase, open that briefcase, you get a striptease, like a striptease sign. So those were the things that was in these briefcases. If you get these pins, you might get one. You get a key to one of those prizes in that briefcase. But more on that later. You had a match between Kurt Angle and Ken Anderson. I'm about to call him Ken Anderson. You had a ladder match between these guys. It was a decent ladder match. Not the best ladder match I've ever seen, not the worst, but it was a decent ladder match. Ken Anderson wins, he goes over, and I think that this feud, this is an okay feud between the two. They probably having too many matches before the grand finale, to be quite honest with you. Like they probably should be like booking these guys sort of similar to like John Cena and Batista. Like they're not having too many matches with each other. But, I sort of want this feud to end and Lockdown. Like, that's where the feud should end. But, you had a pretty good match between those two anyways. But then, you had a tag team match, Motor City Machine Gun versus Team 3D. They had an okay match. But after the match was over, none other than Wolfpack. These guys literally calling themselves the Wolfpack. And it seems like they're literally using that name, the Wolfpack. They're not even using the band. These guys come in during the match and attack Team 3D, and they attack the machine guns, and they buried them, they squashed them. And it looks like you're probably going to get a Team 3D feud versus the Wolfpack. It seems like it might be the Wolfpack more than the Motor City Machine Guns, because Bubba Ray had, he gave a promo on those guys. But, moving on. So let's talk about Raw. Raw started off with John Cena and Jack Swagger, your new World Heavyweight Champion on SmackDown. And Jack Swagger, it seems like Jack Swagger's going to SmackDown now, so I guess he's officially part of SmackDown, like he has a SmackDown contract. He's part of the SmackDown roster. but to me, he got buried a little bit. Like they sort of made him look weak. But then, in the beginning of the show, pretty much all night through the show, like he got RKO'd right in the beginning of the show by Randy Orton. So Randy Orton came out in that segment, and Mid-Show came out in that segment, and David Otunga, the Raw guest host, came out in that segment, and he had made a match between Batista and John Cena as tag team partners versus the Mid-Show, and those guys. So those guys that went on, but I'll get back to that later. And after a while, while they was talking, trash talking, Jack Swagger gets he gets RKO'd. So in my opinion, he shouldn't have got RKO'd. He should have powerbomb either John Cena or Randy Orton. Maybe Randy Orton, because he should have powerbombed Randy Orton in my opinion, because Randy Orton he beat Jack Swagger later on Raw. But if that was going to be the case, if that was going to happen, then he should at least powerbomb Randy Orton, make him look strong a little bit. He just got the belt, but the match they had between Randy Orton and Jack Swagger, it was an okay match. Randy Orton had won, but I just think that Randy Orton should got at least powerbombed by Jack Swagger at least. But that's just what I'm thinking. But you had that tag team match between John Cena and Batista. That match really wasn't nothing. It was about 2 minutes. John Cena went to tag Batista, and Batista walks out the ring, and John Cena chases him, beats him up, and they got counted out. And at that moment, David Otunga, the Raw guest host, he comes out, and he makes another tag team match between Mid-Show, and this time it's David Otunga and John Cena versus Mid-Show for the main event. But more on that later. Now let's talk about Cody Rhodes. This guy is boring to me. His promos are boring. That promo he gave was boring to me. I don't know if anyone else think it was boring. He had Russell Christian, and they had an okay match. Did I say Cody Rhodes? I meant Ted DiBiase. If I said Ted DiBiase, I'm not sure. But Ted DiBiase, that promo he gave was boring to me. Like the promo is boring. All his promos are boring. They always were boring. He's not entertaining on the mic. He's not. I mean, like when he speaks, he don't stutter or anything like that. It's just, to me, his promos are just boring. That's just what I think. I don't like Ted DiBiase at all. He beats Christian, a guy who's better than him, period. But I figured if Ted DiBiase was gonna lose, if he would have lost, like that would have been it for him. Like I couldn't see him going nowhere. But I guess they still trying to make him into something big one day. But I'm not into Ted DiBiase. I don't like the guy, period. But moving on. Yeah, the Divas match. Who cares? The Divas match. Who cares? No, I guess I'll talk about it a little bit. Well, they had a battle royal. Eve Torres won. She wins the battle royal. I guess she gets a women's title shot. But moving on. Who cares? Moving on to Triple H had got into it with Sheamus. He pretty much should I say he squashed Sheamus? Well, he beat Sheamus up. Sheamus had left, so those guys got into it. So those guys still gonna go at it until the next pay-per-view. You had the rematch, the tag team match between David Otunga and John Cena versus Mid-Show, and David Otunga betrays John Cena, but for what reason? Like, they didn't give a reason why he betrayed John Cena. Like, it's like, what? Why did you do it? Every time you have something like that, you're supposed to give a reason. I mean, like what was the reason that he betrayed John Cena for? Like, they didn't say that at all. And but both shows were okay. In my opinion, I thought both shows were okay. Not great, not bad, but they were okay. They were okay shows. And Jesus Christ, we saw Orlando Jordan again. This time he was rubbing lotion on himself. I don't know what that was, sperm or what. I don't even want to talk about it, but both shows were okay in my opinion. So yeah, that's all I got. This is Warzone Jones. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. I'm out.